What's worse than being a loser? Being an unhappy loser. Understand that. Get it through your thick, beautiful brain, big brain energy. You have to understand that if you are unhappy, if you keep yourself unhappy thinking that that frustration, that anger, that sadness will make you more successful because you're going to grind, you're going to do all that's necessary, you're going to burn the boats, get rid of the seed oils. No, it's not social media, dumbass. It is not really that. It's not the things that you are consuming. It is the things that you do. Happiness is not about taking away things. It's about engaging more with what you have, what you already have in your life. If you cannot find a way to be happy when you are a loser, you're probably going to find it difficult to be happy when you have things, because happiness cannot really be bought. There are so many people just waiting in line to give everything to some sort of cult, to some sort of religion, just to feel a modicum of meaning, happiness, and joy in their life. Understand that these things are not things that you just feel. They are things that you do. Once you understand that you can be happy right now with what you have, and you will still go hard at trying to be successful, but you're just going to be happy. At the end of everything, you're going to look back, even if you weren't successful your entire life, you will look back and you would say, at least I enjoyed every single moment of it. As opposed to you're unsuccessful, unhappy for the rest of your life, and at the end you look back and you say, oh my God, I've wasted it. At least I could have been happier. At least I could have enjoyed. If I knew that I was going to be a loser for my entire life, I could have at least enjoyed it. I could have at least been happy, because it is in your power to be happy. Just ask yourself every single time, how can I make this more interesting? And all of a sudden, your life becomes more interesting. All of a sudden, you do things that are much more pleasant. They don't have to make you less successful. They don't have to be stupid things. They just have to be things that are more interesting to you. You don't have to change them. You just ask yourself, how can I make the exact same thing that I'm doing more enjoyable, more exciting, more interesting? And you will find so many ways to do this, but yet nobody does it. Nobody does it. Nobody starts walking funny. Nobody starts engaging with people. Whenever they have the chance, they don't view it. Whenever they talk to someone on the street by accident or someone in the shop, they don't make a joke. They don't engage. They don't tell them something. They don't do the bare minimum. You see, it is about engaging. If you want to see more colors, if you want to feel more happiness, more joy, more excitement about life, you have to engage more with life as opposed to detaching it. Detaching yourself from the higher power, from the higher voltage. Just put a lot more boom, voltage, acceleration in your life. Just add a little bit more engagement. Just put a lot more energy into it. You're saving it for no reason. You're already drained. At least put more energy so that you gain more energy back. Not from everyone else, just by the sheer fact that that's how humans work. The more energy you put into something, the more you get back, because it's building up. You get tolerance. You get to expand your capacities. That's how it works. You don't degrade because you expand more energy, because you put more energy out there. You don't degrade. You're not a battery. You're a human. Humans get better at what they repeat. Humans get more energy to run faster, to lift harder, to laugh harder, to enjoy things more. The more you do something, the more energy you get from that. The more you expand energy, the more you get back. The more you are happy, the happier you get. And it gets so much easier. You only have to ask yourself, how can I make this more interesting? How can I make this more interesting? And it's easy. It's super easy to do once you really put your thick brain and you put it to use. You get it through your skull that no matter what happens, you can make things more interesting. And the more you are happy with the situation that you are in, you have to understand that that doesn't make you complacent. That's the fear. Everybody has this fear of really getting complacent if they're happy. That's stupid. You're not going to get complacent. You are a human. You get bored. No matter at what level you get at, you will get bored and you will want more. That's what we do. That's a biological system that we have inside of our brain. But you see, we use that frustration actually not to motivate ourselves, not to really do things. We use that frustration to actually not do anything because we're going down this road of quitting, of not trying anymore. If we frustrate ourselves, if we keep ourselves unhappy and sad and angry, we just get this down this slippery slope of quitting. If you keep yourself happy, it makes no sense to quit if you're happy. Why would you quit? Why would you do something that's bad for you? Why would you give up when you're happy? Have you seen someone who's really happy and all of the sudden, it makes no sense, and all of the sudden they go like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not good anymore. I want to quit everything. You don't see the people who are happy saying that. You only see people who are angry, depressed, sad, everything that has to do with anger and frustration and sadness and depression. These are the people who quit. These are the people who want to give up everything. These are the people who are exhausted. And they are exhausted because they are keeping themselves that way. Because all they can think about is, how can I sacrifice more to get better results? They are oriented just towards results. No matter the price, no matter what they have to do or what they have to pay, they will pay it. No matter if it's blood, sweat, and tears, bad emotion, frustration, anger, all of these things, they will just pay it gladly without realizing that they basically make their life a misery. They create misery in their life, in everybody else's life. Everything they do is keep themselves unhappy. Understand this. Once you keep yourself happy, even if you are a loser, people will want to be around you. People will look at you and go like, what's the secret, man? What's the secret? Why are you so happy? Why are you dancing? Why are you laughing? Laugh the hardest, dance the most, play music, poetry, art. Do all of these things and you will be happy. Understand that happiness is not about consumption. Happiness is not a feeling. Happiness is not something that you find. Happiness is something that you make. Happiness is a habit. It takes effort, but it's enjoyable effort. It is like going to the gym for the 1,000th time. You go like, oh my God, I cannot wait to do it again and again and again. Understand that most people are excited in the beginning, but they don't have any strategies, any single strategy to keep themselves really engaged over years and years with that same task. And all it takes is, how can I make this more interesting? How can I do things that make me more happy? You don't ask yourself that. How can I make this situation bring me more joy and happiness? How can I make this more exciting, more adventurous? How can I do all of these things? Ask yourself this and do it. And you will start to see incremental changes in your happiness. Understand that obsession with success at all costs is bad. is absolutely bad. Because if you end up losing, if you end up one of these unlucky people who never make it, you will really be in a tough situation. But if you make it, look, this is what I mean. When you are happy, whether you make it or you don't make it, you still won. You won the game, brother. Because you have something that most people only dream about, no matter how successful they are, no matter how famous they are. You have something that they only dream about. And that thing is happiness. And no matter if you make it or you don't, you're still gonna go as hard as you would, or even harder towards the things that you want. Because being happy, being excited, having joy in your life, being grateful for the things that you have will actually give you more energy. You will have so much more energy in your life. You will be able to move mountains once you are happy, because you're not gonna manage all of these bad emotions. You're not gonna feel like you want to procrastinate. You're not gonna feel like you just want to quit everything. You're not gonna feel exhausted. You cannot really get that exhausted from being happy. It makes no sense to be exhausted when you are happy, when you are joyful, when you are excited. You are actually building up energy into your body. And of course, you're gonna do more and more and more things, because your brain doesn't have to allocate 50% of your resources trying to convince you to do things. You are going to do things because they make you happy. And then you're gonna say, but how do I find the things that make me happy? I cannot find. Brother, you already have them. Just ask yourself, how can you make them more interesting? And once you get bored of them, try to ask yourself again that, and so on and so forth, every single day, every single time. And you just ask yourself continuously this, and you start doing, seeing if it makes results, even if it doesn't make sense. Even if you come up with a sentence with an answer that doesn't make real sense, like why would I do this? Why would this make me happier? Why would this make this action more fun? If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't have to make sense. You have to understand that most things in life don't make sense. But as long as they make you happy, that's all it matters, Matters. That's all it matters. You have to really ask yourself that and try it out. See if it makes you more happy if you try things out. Try to make more interesting stuff. Try to make more adventurous decisions. And soon enough, you will understand how to make things more interesting, how to really, really upcharge, surcharge, put all of these things and make them really, really much more than they are. And you will have a lot more fun.